How's everyone doing? Thanks for joining me for the battle in the shop today. Today's competitors are, in this corner we have Evaporust. Facing off against in this corner, Mr. Rusty Gas Tank. So thanks for joining us for this battle. Stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's project is on this gas tank. It's off of a 5 horsepower Briggs motor off of this MTD Yard Machines rototiller. Problem you might have noticed from a previous video is that this tank is just full of rust. What happens is get a little bit or quite a bit of moisture in it. It sits outside, collects moisture. This thing doesn't get used very often, and these metal tanks, they end up rusting out. Now, normally I recommend when you store your small engine equipment, I recommend running your gas tanks dry. In the case of metal tanks, I actually recommend that you store them with a full tank of gas and use a little bit of stabilizer and till you're going to use it the next time. In this case, we've got a pretty rusty one. So initially what I ended up doing was I took a whole bunch of nuts and bolts and I put it in the tank, put the lid back on, and then I shook it around for like 5-10 minutes. And honestly, this is as good as I could get it using that technique. So that doesn't really get rid of a whole lot of rust in the tank. So what I'm going to try and do is give an honest review of this product I've seen and heard of before called Evaporust. Okay, it says super safe rust remover, non-toxic, no scrubbing needed. I like that. Reusable, which is nice, and removes rust to bare metal on tools, antiques, cookware, auto, hardware. So hopefully this metal tank it falls under one of those categories. So I've never used this product before, so I'm going to read the directions very carefully, and we're going to see how this product works. I'm going to give you my honest review of this particular product. I bought this product myself with my own money, not sponsored by the company whatsoever. So let's take a look and see how this ends up working out for us. Alright guys, so one last shot of this tank sort of as a before. It's pretty much rusty all over. So what I'm going to do is put it in this bucket after I fill it up, or maybe even before, and then use a funnel, and I'm going to fill this thing up so it's full. I got a little piece of wood in there so that the tank sits nice and flush so I can fill it up all the way. And we're going to probably leave this for at least 24 hours. We're going to take it out sometime tomorrow and see what the results are like. Alright guys, so she's filled up right to the rim, got the cap back on, it's in a level position, so this whole tank should be filled with fluid. I'm going to leave it for certainly till next day. It says for heavily rusted areas overnight, so it's definitely going to be until tomorrow before I get back to this thing, and we'll see how it did. Alright guys, so I've had the Evaporust actually soaking in this gas tank now for 2 days, just about 2 full days. I know that's quite a bit more than what it recommends on the thing, but if this is going to work at all, having it in there for 2 days hopefully is going to show some sort of signs. I'll be honest with you, I've never had much success with stuff that claims to remove rust, but we'll see how this goes. Alright, so the big reveal. Just going to move some of this out of the way. It might be a little difficult to see inside here, so I'm going to try and get some light to shine in here. Alright. Okay, so what I can say first off is the rust, wherever the rust was, it's replaced by some sort of like a fluorescent yellow stuff. I haven't figured out if that is going to be able to like just rinse off, but I must say, again, I apologize for the lighting here, but this does look like it has done a pretty darn good job, honestly, of getting rid of all the rust. As long as this yellow stuff is not like a residue, or if it is, it comes out. Here's the pickup, the float bowl kind of area, and there's a lot of sediment still in there, but there is kind of some rust right in that area, so maybe it wasn't filled right to the exact top. A little bit of rust in that area, but I must say, guys, I'm going to rinse this out a couple times and we're going to take a look at it for one last time, but it is definitely way better than it was. So I'm actually pretty surprised. So let me rinse it out a couple times and we'll see what it looks like afterwards. Alright guys, so I've rinsed it out a couple times and I'm kind of looking. I'm actually ready to give my final opinion on this. I would say this thing does about a it's tough to see in there, guys, I understand. I would say this does about a 7 out of 10 as far as a good job. It did get rid of a lot of the rust, not all of the rust. That's why I'm thinking, 7 out of 10. There are a couple of spots. Again, you're not going to be having right there in the sort of the bottom corner that still show some rust in there. And it's been going for 2 days, which is a lot longer than they actually recommend. But is it better than when it started? Yes, I would say for sure. I don't know about this yellow residue, if that's going to create any issues. I might put some like old gas in here, kind of swirl that around and see if that's going to create any issues or whatnot. But that yellow residue is a little concerning. So anyways, I mean, does it work? Yes, I would say, it's going to be better than maybe getting, another gas tank for 100 or 150 bucks or whatever the case may be. But does it do 100% job on it? I would say no on that one. So anyways, guys, that's my honest opinion of this product, this Evaporust. And this 1 gallon jug here cost me was $35 in Canada plus tax, so about 40 bucks. And they do say it is reusable. I'm running out of time. I don't have another 2 days to spend maybe trying to go and doing this again, so I don't know if it will get any better. But would I recommend the product? Yeah, I guess so. If you don't have the option of getting a new tank, then this would probably be your next best course of action. Putting in the nuts and bolts and you know, shaking that up for 15 minutes, it didn't do much of anything, honestly. It got rid of a little bit, but certainly not as much as the Evaporust. So is it better than that? Yes. Is it 100% going to make your tank better? Yes, it will, but it's not going to be perfect. So anyways, guys, hopefully this was informative. And if you like the content, if it helped you out, please go ahead and help me out by smashing the like button. If you're not a subscriber and you like this kind of stuff, small engine repair stuff, this is your channel. And go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell. So thanks again for watching. Until our next project, take care.